algebra students. Okay, so if you're seeing this, you're looking at this and you're going, okay, you know from the title of our lesson, it's called multi-step equations. So we did one-step equations, we did two steps, now we'll do multi-steps, which means there can be more than one, there could be 4 or 5. Generally, it's 3, okay? So there's two real types that always stick out in my mind. There's two things before, because we did the one where we did multiplication and division ones, we did addition and subtraction ones, we combined the two of them where you had multiplication and division and addition or subtraction. And now we're doing one more. So remember there was 2 options? Well, this one, to me, I think has 2 options when it's like a 3-step equation. Usually either it's combining like terms, okay? Combining like terms. And the other one is using the distributive property. So this one's an example of using combining like terms. Pretty straightforward and simple. Okay, so what do I have to do? Well, I have to combine like terms. So I look on the equal signs here and I say, well, I got to get x by itself. I got to isolate x, but I have 2 x's. Well, since they're both here, I can just add them together. 5x plus 3x equals 8x. 5 plus 3 is 8. So that gets rid of those, and that just brings down to 17 equals 81. So one step. So if you have this down, one thing could be that combining like terms, you should always be looking for this type of stuff and go, is there a like term involved? And this one definitely is. Okay. It looks a little thing. You want to have something that looks like an x multiplied or divided by a number. And then you want to have a constant, which means there's no x on it. And you want to have the answer, which is what we got now. So, if you remember the rules from yesterday, second step, we always do addition or subtraction second. So step 1, we combine like terms. Now, second, we do addition or subtraction. So in this case, this is plus 17. I have to do subtraction minus 17. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So 8x comes down. 17 minus 17 is 0, so I leave it be. And 81 minus 17. I don't know if I can do that straight in my head, so I'll use the calculator. 81 minus 17 is 64. Now some of you may already get the answer if you know your perfect squares, but you don't have to worry about that right now. Next thing, third step is multiply or divide. So in this case, this is 8 times x. So that means I got to divide by 8 on both sides. If I do it one side, I got to do it to the other. 8 divided by 8 is just 1. Or x, not 1x. We could write that too. Equals 64 divided by 8. This is why I said, if you remember your perfect squares. 64 divided by 8 is 8. So x equals 8. That's example 1. Relatively easy. Okay, we just added one step at the beginning. Combine like terms. Now we're going to experiment with the next one. We're going to put one step in the distributive property. Okay, I'll be back in a second.